maybe.
I think it was a week ago. Yeah.
What? What? They got. I didn't. They got married? Like, was it not an open invitation, or did they
Well, you know, I guess I wanted to keep it small.
Okay. Well, that's sad. Congratulations to them, I guess. Hi.
Hi.
How you feeling? You feeling alright?
I'm okay. I didn't sleep very good, but I'm okay.
I feel that. It's a long night. Well, Max is being coronated.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Next Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. We have Kano's funeral tonight. We got a new updated copy of the Elven Law book, and we were invited to Secret Santa.
Oh, I love that. I saw the Secret Santa, but all the other stuff.
Yeah. So now my inventory is full with stuff. I also got a care package from possibly, who'd you say? Alba?
Mm-hmm.
Alba. Okay. Of the Winter Kingdom. Possibly. We aren't sure.
Oh.
It just said A.R, and they said they don't know me, or that I don't know them.
Secret package.
Yeah. So any other news? That
Not necessarily. Except I went to go talk to Melody in the jail.
you did you oh okay.
I went to question her.
Yeah, I would have liked for you to wait for me for that. I would have liked to ask her some questions on my own.
It would have been nice, yes, Your Highness, but at that point, it was already coming up to a week and we needed some answers going forward.
Understand that, but I would have liked to be there for the first questioning. I will discuss this at the meeting. Okay, any other reports?
Not to my knowledge at the moment.
Okay. Well, then I will head to the meeting room.
Okay.
And I will meet you
All right.
there. I'm gonna go see if where Holden is. If you want to grab Atlas.
Sure thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a book and I guess meet you there.
All right, sure thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, and Holden's in here too. Looks like we're all here.
I was just looking for you.
Sorry.
That's okay. I went to your house and was
No one there.
yeah, no one's there. Is your arm any better? I feel like you had that the other day. A
It
week ago? How long
was
has it been?
better and worse.
Okay.
I'm changing out the bandage every time and like applying new stuff to it, but it's I don't know.
Okay. So, thank you all for coming to the meeting. I felt like we needed to have one. And I guess better late than never, with everything that's been going on.
Of course.
So, does anybody have anything they want to report before we start on why I've gathered everyone here today?
Do you mind if I start first?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, well, recently I went to question Melody in the jail because,
Mhm.
well, not many people were going to be doing that and got a few answers out of her. Was planning to go back at some point, but at this point I do have a report of all the questions thus far.
Okay, I'll read it. 1020. Kaya not originally a knight, but an assassin to kill Melody by Mara. Mel never intended on Kaya's downfall with all the espionage. Mel couldn't find anything at my home to warrant vendetta. Mel does not want the throne anymore, giving it to Annabelle because Mel is apparently engaged. Oh, she's engaged to Morgan, wherever she is. Mel initiated Rayne not being at the emergency 5 years ago after the sacrifices. Okay. Amara is real. Her real name's Talia. Original immortal, the originator of the twin curse. Kaya has been working with her, sabotaging her own daughter. Kaya and Melody initially escaped capture. Melody was eventually found and jailed, but Kaya went AWOL without a trace. Kaya was doomed from the start, now dead. What?
Yeah.
They found her?
Not necessarily, but there was a global missive saying that Kaya had perished.
Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I did not know that. That's probably hard for the elves, even though she was a traitor to her people and friends. So, I want to make a copy of this and then I will give it back to you.
Well, I think that's already a copy.
Oh.
Or is it?
Oh, it is a copy
Does it
of
say
original.
original?
It's his copy
Yes.
of original.
Yeah, so you can have that.
Oh, okay. Well, even better. Less work that I have to do.
Mhm.
Okay. Anybody else want to report anything? No? Okay. Well, if nobody has anything else, I am going to start with why I gathered you here today. So the ball was obviously not good. It could have went a lot worse, especially if, because I hesitated going up to the castle because Aiden and Marina were missiving me about how Amara was there, that they called the code word, and that is why I hesitated, so I did not go up there to start with.
Did they see Amara there before they even said anything? Or did they just say it?
I would assume so. I didn't question that part of it. They just said the code, and they wanted me out of there. So I hesitated because I did want to see the arrest through, which could have been foolish on my part, but, you know, we had 2 prisoners, and with them already being in Elven prison and not in Mermaid prison like I was originally trying to get, I wanted to make sure it was done, because not that I don't trust Annabelle, I just wanted to see it follow through. Now, that night, I had sent out a global missive telling everyone to come to me. And multiple times, no one did. I wanted all the Seraphs together. Because I didn't know what was going on, who was where. And I wanted all of our people together so we were all protected and together as a group.
A
If
question.
we had to. Yes.
And I beg you not to take this the wrong way, but I have questions. With you constantly having me by your side, you are always protected. But is it
Well,
not?
I know that.
I know. But is it not the job of our knight captain to ensure that our citizens and our kingdom is also protected?
It is.
Okay. I just want to remind you that that is part of what they were doing, because they knew that I was with you.
I know. And it's not a matter of... How do I put this? It's not a matter of that they weren't protecting. It's that I gave an order and it was not followed. And I've had that done several times. I feel like that when I say something, it's not followed through with. And I just felt like, say it was an emergency and I called and no one came, it would have been bad.
Well, would you like an explanation for all that?
I mean, you can give one, yes, but
I can give one because I was responsible for this. All right,
Okay.
I can take full responsibility for this. I delegated Cirrus to keeping you safe, and at that time when Amara was in the throne room of the Elven Kingdom, while we were seeing to the prisoners to get them into jail, me and Atlas were there, ready to see them into jail, and then that's it. That was how it was meant to be. And then you made the call for all of us to be back there, and then suddenly the prisoners escaped. You said it yourself, Your Highness. You wanted to see the jailing through from its start to its end. That's what you said. But then you made the decision to pull us all back. And what happened? Not saying that it is your fault because you wouldn't know what was going on, but I chose to make the decision to, at that moment, be there so that I could see the jailing through. Because at that moment, I would have known that Cirrus would have been with you to at least protect you at that point.
I understand, and I why you would want... Yes, I did want to see it through. And I would have, like, if I couldn't have been there, I would have liked for someone else to see it through. But with this person that we don't know, that we know is dangerous, that's all we know about her. Besides now that we know she's an immortal, she can fly, she can do whatever. I don't know. The fact is, I was trying to protect our people. I wanted all of us together. I didn't want the thought of not knowing that someone was off and about. That's why I didn't let Estelle go off on her own when she wanted to deliver a message to Annabelle. I don't want someone off and away. I want all of us together. I wanted our people, I wanted to make sure they were protected first.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. When you got that message from Her Highness Marina, did she actually see that Amara was there? Because Amara was in the throne room. I don't think I saw Marina in that vicinity when Amara just appeared in the throne room. I understand wanting to protect the kingdom like that, but after the confrontation of Amara with Annabelle in the throne room, Amara just left. That's it. She didn't go to any of the kingdoms. It wasn't reported that she went to any of it. And when you all left for your safe place, we all did a first patrol of the kingdom, see what was around. Once it was safe, we wanted to see the jailing through, and then we got the news that the prisoners escaped. So we don't know what's happened with that. Well, one of the prisoners is still in jail, thankfully, but the other one went AWOL and now they're dead with all the answers. So all the questions and all the answers that we would have wanted, gone. 6 feet under.
I understand. And I don't even know how to put it. I guess I just feel like that I wanted to make sure everyone here was safe. And yes, maybe Marina, I don't know if Marina saw. I don't know if Marina saw Talia, Mara, whoever the hell she is. I don't know if she saw her in the flesh or what, like if she saw her go toward the castle or what. I just know that there was a threat and I wanted all of us together because you guys are my family. You are the people that I love and care about, and I didn't want anything to happen to any of you. So even if Amara didn't do anything, or Thalia, whatever, whoever she is, if she didn't do anything, there's still the chance that she could have. Yes, she didn't, but there's the possibility that she could have. And I would have rather everybody been safe than have you guys have gotten killed and seen the prisoners into the cell, because
I have another question. I feel like this is coming down to a matter of trust. Being able to trust that your knights can do their job even when you're not watching. Is that what this is?
it's not that I don't trust you guys, because I do. I trust you to save our people. I feel like there is just a lot, from what I've heard, there's a lot of loyalty to the Knights Guild. And yes, I understand it. And I don't know how to word this without it coming across.
You could be as honest as you want, Your Highness.
Sometimes I just feel like that the Knights Guild has more loyalty than there is loyalty to this kingdom.
That's the same concern I have. After the Elven Ball, I left a note at the Knights Guild resigning from it because of the same reasons.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's become a bigger problem having everybody be over there getting too intertwined with other kingdoms and not caring enough about this one.
I agree, and I appreciate you telling me that.
And the global missives that you sent the night of the ball, I showed up for both of them
Yes, you did, and I
and went
appreciate
back for both of them because I wasn't going to leave them separated in a kingdom where an immortal person's floating around. I came back and
understand.
made sure you were safe. There was a bunch of people all huddled up together. Plenty of them know how to fight. And these two were stranded out in Elven Kingdom with an immortal. So I went back twice.
I understand. And I appreciate you coming when I did call. It I wasn't trying to just I don't know. Make it seem like there was something going on. I feel like whenever I say something that it's not heard. And maybe it's because I have a hard time being stern and getting my point across because I'm too afraid of hurting the people that I care about. But I feel like there is more loyalty to the Knights Guild than there is to Stratus at times. That maybe I don't know that I just feel like there's stuff that I don't get told. I feel like I'm always last to know. And that doesn't help matters when I go into things and I look like a fool.
Can I make a point on that?
Yeah.
And this is not to say that I don't love where you're at in life, because I do, and I'm so happy to see you finally happy. But how much time have you spent on Aiden and not on your kingdom?
I have spent time with him, but to be honest, I haven't seen him in a week. I haven't seen him since we got engaged, really.
One of the first things you told me about him, though, was that before you ever even started dating, you revealed our warp plates to him. And you didn't
I did.
really even know him at the time. So I feel like there's a lot of miscommunication going on with all of us. And I think it's for sake of just not spending enough time together because we're so wrapped up in other kingdoms. I think we're all guilty.
I agree. And that's another reason why I didn't accept my feelings for years, because I was afraid of letting Stratus down
Right.
if I got distracted.
And I don't think that he's a threat. Not really. But like you said yourself, I do think it is a distraction. And I think any relationship that any of us are going to open ourselves up to becomes a distraction. And I think sometimes distractions are welcomed, but when we all have such serious weight on our shoulders, you being the princess, the boys being knights, Nimbus being a captain, all of us having different ties to different people, we need to remember that these distractions aren't necessarily always face value. You know, we don't know people's intentions until we get to the end of it and realize that we've left behind the things that we've fought so hard to build for. And part of the problem I think that happened the night of the masquerade ball was you panicked because Marina said something before you allowed your knights to actually get you information.
Yeah, and I feel like that the reason for that is sometimes I don't get the information.
Right.
So
You
feel
take
like
it
at
where
times
it's
I-
offered.
yeah, and I don't know how to go about it in a sense.
It's understandable.
Then do you not trust us to actually get the news over to you? When we're the ones that actually saw it in person?
I do, but
think,
at the time I knew nothing.
I think it
Mhm.
also has to do with the fact that when it comes to information, we're often learning things secondhand.
Mm-hmm.
So, as the other princesses, they don't really like to share a lot of information with us. Usually, it's Marina telling us stuff or Ira that they hear from the other kingdoms. So, a lot of our
Yeah.
information is secondhand.
Yeah.
Oh.
So how did we find out about your quarters being invaded by Melody and Kaya?
We found out through Max.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I would not like to bring this up, but 5 years ago during the sacrifice, you were not. There was a princess meeting that was being held
Mhm.
in the Winter Kingdom, and the only one who was not invited was you because of other people influencing.
Because of who, though? Did you ever find out who
It's in the
directly influenced it?
It's in the report.
Can you tell us who it was?
It was Melody.
Melody.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because Marina wanted me there. She
Yeah.
asked if I could come, and they said no.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it was Melody that made the decision for you not to be there 5 years ago. I would not wish to bring up this event a lot here, but I feel like this could be some significance because of the reason that we were not informed of this danger for 5 years, and now suddenly at that ball, it went from being the elves and the Darians' problem to everybody's problem. As soon as news broke out about Amara or Thalia being present or being real, it became everybody's problem.
Doesn't
yeah,
that have to
especially
do
when-
with Annabelle too, though? Like, not just Melody? With her being acting princess, wouldn't that have had to have been a decision that she would make?
Oh
She
yeah,
makes the final
everybody.
call.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, everybody. I'm not
And I
voiding.
like-
I'm not voiding Annabelle. Sorry. I'm not
Okay.
voiding Annabelle of any responsibility. All of them take All of them take responsibility for their actions.
Okay,
So
I have a follow-up question in regards to us being the last to know things, and
mhm.
it's the last thing that I'll really say on it because I feel like it does get messier the further you dig into it. Are we making any effort whatsoever to have communication by way of like actual sit-down meetings with these people that we initiate?
Well, first point of contact, Your Highness. Anything?
I mean, I haven't, but I also didn't know there was a threat, so I don't.
Right.
I didn't.
How
when it
can you
comes
know
to
if
that,
you
it's
don't
not really
know?
our responsibility
Mhm.
to
It's not
have them to
anyone's.
do the meeting.
Yeah, it's not theirs either then, though. If there's things coming up that we're also not reaching out for, you can't blame them for not reaching out for. We all need to be more involved. And sometimes if you want that change, you have to step that foot forward.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I did what I did. I take full responsibility for that. And I approached Annabelle on that day when Kaya was dead to at least question Melody because I would know that they would probably be informed about Kaya's death. So at the very least, one, I could still get answers while her head wasn't quite in the right space. And two, at the very least, we have something going forward. If we have more questions, anything other than that, we could go forward again and ask her.
And I'm going to contact Annabelle and ask for a questioning. I would have liked to do it first, and I know it's been a bit since she was imprisoned, I was trying to come up with what exactly I wanted to question in a way that she... Because I know she wasn't willing to answer based on what Annabelle said. Wasn't willing
Awesome.
to talk at the time. So I was trying to give her time to sit there and think about it so that whenever I did go, that she would talk.
That's fair.
Because I don't know if I was in jail, if the first couple days, I don't know that I would talk.
I mean, if you're a dead person walking and you knew you sent someone 6 feet under, if there's anything that you could provide that would at least make you sleep at night,
Not
Why wouldn't you?
everybody has that conscience, though.
Yeah.
I know that we
I mean, if
carry
they
a
don't-
lot of that conscience with us, where we want to do the right thing, and that helps us sleep at night, but I've learned very quickly that not everybody is that way. They rely on their secrets.
that doesn't mean we should be any less better.
No, I'm not saying that we change, but you can't expect people to have the same heart that we do.
Can't force them to either.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting out of all of this is that we need to make a joint effort to be more of a team rather than individually acting, so that when the time does come that we need to reach out to be involved in things, that Rayne feels like she has enough of trust in people and enough of a team behind her that she can do so without being alone.
Yeah. I just want communication. I want...
It works two ways though.
Yep. You
I know.
need to be here for us too.
I know. And I want to be. Even if I'm in my room, come knocking, I will answer.
Did you ask that same question when your heart fell for Aiden?
What?
I'm just saying.
Leave him out of it.
What do you mean?
Because, as you said, we wanted to move forward and we want to get actions done as a team, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that means all of us on this table, no one else.
I'm not understanding what you're
He's
meaning.
worried.
Are you...
He's worried that you're involving Aiden in things that he shouldn't be involved in.
Like at that meeting that we had about Amora. That was more of a Seraph thing.
This may be true.
I don't know if it's a maybe. I think it's an absolutely.
Also, I was meaning to ask as well what happened at the negotiation with the elves, because I was told I was not supposed to be there. It was just you, it was just Estelle, and you were there especially.
Yeah,
Just
but I was told
listening.
not to talk. So
Yeah, you were told not to talk. I was told not to be there. So,
I didn't want them crowded. It's not that I didn't want you guys there. It's that I didn't want... Because originally it was just Annabelle there. It wasn't Annabelle and Kano. It was just Annabelle. I didn't want her to feel crowded. I didn't want her to feel like she had like a group of people on her. And I know that you were close to the situation, Nimbus, so I didn't want you to hear us discussing your friend's punishment. I didn't want to put that on you.
right. But couldn't there have been someone else there? to at least provide some feedback on things. Not saying that we should all be there, mind you, but at least one more person. Maybe Cirrus could have been there.
It doesn't help that I've been as sick as I have been. And I'll be the first to admit that.
You can't control that though.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Mm.
But in that case that I can't be there, I do agree that we should have somebody that is capable of running that third person. Even if it's for the sake of you not being in danger. You know?
I understand, and I felt no threat from Annabelle. We were there to talk on peaceful terms, but I didn't want... I guess I've been walking on eggshells around any of the Netherian royalty and Elven royalty because of what happened at the ball. Because I don't want to make things worse.
But I feel
Have you
like by
tried to
not
make
saying
things
any...
better?
Yeah, I feel like by not saying anything, you're not making things better either, though.
I know, and that is on me. I've tried to invite them to things and
Well, I mean, if there had been
to get
no...
something started.
If there had been no outreach and I had been invited to something from somebody that had big drama, I wouldn't feel comfortable going either. I know that you meant it as an olive branch, but I think we need something a little more serious if we want to make actual changes happen than just keeping an invitation open.
Yeah. I just know it's...
It's not easy.
No. It's not. And I haven't known how to go about it. So I did it in a way that I could. May have not been the best way. And I'm gonna make mistakes.
Right? We all will, but you need to remember that we're all here for you and you can't handle it all alone. You know, reach out, have conferences.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm more than willing to help you out in any moment's notice. Alright? Doesn't matter what has happened in the past, doesn't matter what will happen in the future. All I'm saying is that we've all been through this together for the longest time.
well, and
It's not going to change.
I think we're all feeling the same way. You know, I think we're all feeling that lack of communication, and the only thing that we can do is all agree to step towards making sure we're talking with each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to be more open with each other.
So that starts with me too.
Oh?
Did you got something?
You don't all know, but I mean, some of you know what's been happening with me the last couple times, months. So, I've got everything done. All the research is done. I found everything I need to find, and I know what I have to do next, but I need to take the next weeks to actually firmly figure that final part out. But what I will do is just go ahead and tell you all right here what I have found out and what's actually been happening.
Okay.
First thing that you all notice is my arm is messed up.
Yeah.
It's not from farming. And when I did say that I got injured from farming, at least on my arm, my shoulder part,
Uh-huh.
I lied. It's because I didn't want you guys to worry. You were already worried enough when you saw the bandages on my arms from the sunburn and the leg. So, months into, I'd say like the first couple years after we did our Seraph ball and everything went down, and we started doing the training for the night deal, everything was fine. Nothing was going on, no problems, nothing. It wasn't until we got closer to us completing our training that stuff started to happen. And hang on, I gotta find the book right quick too. I have the book. That's Telepaths. I came up with the research book. I had finished the book. This book is not very light. This book is 51 pages long. Because I have documented every single thing that has happened in every single dream that has happened. So the first couple ones that happened, so this started, like I said, it started a couple months before we became official knights, but they weren't bad, not to the point that they are now. So at first they just started with a couple screams in a black room, and that was about it. So I don't know if all of you know this, but my parents, I'll say quote unquote parents because I'll get to that part here in a second as well. They died when I was 12 to mobs. And even though we were all Seraphs at the time, my mother couldn't fly. And we made a pact not to fly without her because we didn't want to leave her behind. Ultimately is the reason that led to their deaths because we couldn't fly away and got cornered by mobs in a cave when we went exploring. And then I was told to rush out. My father got me out. He went back for my mother, but he never came back. So
Sorry
they
to hear
both,
that.
yeah, they both died. So then the little shack that I have out past a couple ways is the one I lived in from the time I was 12 up until the stuff came out about you taking the throne. And that's when we all came to Stratus that time. So I wanted to live as a farmer, and that's what I did for the first bit. Back to the nightmare part, though. Getting closer to the graduation ceremony, the dreams started to come to a point where it was more of people telling me what to do. And it was voices that were telling me to run. Something that they had told me that day when all that went down. Because that's when their death came back into my mind. Because I didn't really think about it up until then. Because I already have them. They're already buried up on top of a cherry tree hill. And that's not how I wanted to remember them when I was in the cave. So, couple days before everything went down, where's that one that I wrote down actually? I have documented every single dream that I've had for the nightmare part in this book. And there's also notes in between as well. And so I will, at some point, leave this in a location where everyone can read it. Seraphs, knights, anybody who knows what's been going on. Because it's also, if you want to know what actually happened, you can read the book too. I don't know if you want to sit through all 51 pages, but it's there. You can skim
Hey,
through it if you want to.
Hey, if it's 51 pages, then it must be worth reading. So
I want to say I'm trying to think of a time frame because all of this, some of it's a blur because we had a lot happening, so I don't 100% remember exactly when these took place, which is a good thing. I'm glad I wrote it down. But I have had dreams about being in the dark cave and then hearing the screaming, which in turn turned into the recurring death of my parents. But then I also have had ones in a flower field, hearing their voices, but not in a death way, like in a peaceful way. To a point where I don't know if they're like trying to tell me something or if they're, I don't know what they're trying to do. Like, I don't know if they're trying to help or they're just trying to tell me that they're okay or something. Because it's been bad. Um, the one that has kind of been the worst is one that's kind of been the worst is the house that me and my parents used to live in still exists. It's still structurally sound. It's up, but it's not the same anymore. There's a somehow giant lava pit right next to it, and these dark spikes have poked out of the ground. So I don't know where they came from. I don't know how they got there, but they were not there the last time I was at the house, which was over 20 years ago now. Well, 20 years ago from whenever before I came here for the first time, I should say. Because I've been back there multiple times since.
Yeah.
Because I have found logs and I have found information that I didn't know about myself or them. Turns out, as I say, quote unquote parents, they were not my actual parents. They were my foster parents. My actual family or parents died when I was not even a child, when I was a baby. They both died defending, from what I could get from the passage, they died defending me from a man called Vidmantis. This guy made a deal with someone, I don't know who, made a deal to get an ungodly amount of power. This power made it to where he was able to kill people very quickly. He could kill 10 people with one swipe of a blade. He found out how to make a poison that would instantly kill someone, like within a matter of seconds if it touched him. He was already a feared warrior, but he turned what he was into something that shouldn't exist. This guy also ended up getting a prophecy from someone at his empire. He was a human too. He's full human still, but imbued with something that I still don't understand. His fates told him that he would be defeated by someone in that village that my parents were in. So he went and killed the whole village.
Oh my.
But he didn't kill me. I'll get to that part in a second, though, because it's not good.
Okay, take your time.
Vidmantis. Yeah. Vidmantis did die that night, though. He died that night that my parents were killed. He died the same day. But it was a combined effort with my two foster parents. Keep in mind, both Seraphs. They were also mercenaries. They were contracted by humans to go kill him because they didn't know what else to do. My actual father was a Seraph. My actual mother was an elf.
Oh.
I have found out that I am not full Seraph. I'm half and half.
Which I think you mentioned to me the other day.
Yeah. So. And I did already mention this to Annabelle too. The
Yeah,
elf part. I still don't know what to make of it. Because I obviously can't do anything the elves can. I think more of the Seraph part has taken over than anything else.
Yeah, I think Seraph genes are more dominant,
Mm.
whereas elves are more recessive.
Yeah, which is not the biggest reason. But I am grateful that I did ask Annabelle to find me a book based on elven dreams and stuff. It has greatly helped the research and trying to figure out what's going on. So, And I will say I have given her a gift, and I have told her in a book that I do owe her a debt for this book. Because I wouldn't have anything, and I wouldn't know anything without it.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
So I know I want you guys to be aware of the debt, because I don't know what it's going to lead to. I don't think it'll lead to anything bad. It might just be babysitting the kids, to be honest.
Well,
Um,
just know that
I
you
would
can
hope.
lean on any of us if it comes to
Yeah.
anything
Mhm.
like that.
yeah, true.
Yeah. We are here for you. And um if you ever need to talk or whatever.
Mm. But in terms of my arm right now,
Mhm.
this time it's not healing at a pace that is good. Every now and again it feels like it's healing and then goes back to bleeding. Even though I've changed out the bandages multiple times, I've put more healing stuff on, it doesn't matter. I don't think it's getting progressively worse, it just won't. It gets to a stage and then stops, if that makes sense. But this has to do with Vidmantis, because he is the one that's been causing me to have nightmares.
But wait, your nightmares are hurting you?
He's able to. I don't know how, but he's able to.
Oh,
Through
The
a
nightmares.
through the nightmare, he's able to hurt me.
wow.
I don't know how, but his soul, the one of the biggest trades he made for this power is his soul is not bound to the nether when it died. His soul
Oh.
went to the end. He is bound to
Oh.
the end. And
Interesting.
he has told me multiple times how it is, and he's also showed me visions of one of the darkest forests in the end, the Black Forest.
Oh.
So that might be where he's stuck at.
Oh. Wow.
But how this relates to me having the nightmares, back to the night that he killed everybody and all that night at the village. I'm going really off in how I'm explaining this, I'm sorry.
Good.
This is gonna sound weird.
Mhm.
He shared a portion of his power and blood with me.
Like when you were a baby?
Apparently. I don't know how that works. But it happened. He said that the tale of him going to the village is true and killing everybody, but his ultimate goal was to also find someone else to share his power. Because he knew eventually he was gonna go, I guess. But his ultimate goal was to, and still is to rule over the world with everyone bowing at his feet in his own twisted image.
Oh.
And even in death, he still wants that. And I don't know, and I think the way that he's trying to do it is through me. I don't like it. He's trying to break down my mind, is ultimately what he's trying to do, and I figured it out. Because I'm not letting it happen. I'm fighting against it, and that's ultimately where the bruises and stuff are coming from, is because he knows that I'm fighting against it.
So he's going to break down your physical body to weaken your
trying to.
mental.
Yeah, he's trying his best. But I won't let it happen. And I know that I should ask you guys for help, but I don't. In the way that this is happening, I don't think that anyone can do this but me.
Especially if it's going in your nightmares, I don't think that we could
Mm-mm.
join you in your
As much as I
mind,
would love you
almost.
too.
Yeah, we would love to help, but I don't know of even a way that that's possible.
Don't let it
That's-
deter you from remembering that we're here for support, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. That's ultimately why I'm saying this now, is because everything's done.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
I feel like you guys should have had the full story and not just parts of the story.
Well, if you
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on yourself, it's hard to relay a full story, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is the
Yeah.
reason why I've been documenting everything.
Yeah, I still remember you told me personally that you still needed some time in order to figure out everything. And I told
Mhm.
you to take your time through all this, and when you're ready, get everyone into a room and let us know. Lay it all on us. But just know,
Yeah.
even though you're the only one, you're saying you're the only one that could deal with this, that's fine. But remember, we're all here for you.
I
Yeah.
got
Alright.
Don't let
So
the
the
mental
emotional
load
support-
become heavier than it has to be. You know, let us
Mm.
help with the mental load at least. If you're not in a bad place mentally in your environment around you, maybe that'll help.
That goes a lot goes a lot more than you think too. So.
Yeah,
I didn't know the right words to say.
that's okay. Stuff like this is new for everyone. There's probably never going to be right words to say.
Yeah. I want to get on topic about the ball again,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
there's a thing that he and both of these two heard, and Rex, to be honest, because he was there.
Um.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, wasn't she?
Kidnapped?
That's what I'm thinking.
What?
Did you see the
Oh.
universal chat message?
Oh,
I'm
she's
seeing it now.
She waved
She's
casual.
Oh my gosh.
Huh. Okay. Well,
I don't-
Is she talking to us from the beyond?
I
Or-
don't know.
hope not.
Okay. Anyway, so the ball. Holden can continue.
Another reason why this needs to probably be me. He has proven, obviously, he's proven that he can hurt me. So I don't want him hurting anyone else. And I don't know if he can go through me to do it. But I'm not going to let him. He has shown me that he can. He can make me do something like that because he's shown me a graveyard with everyone here in it.
Oh.
And the blood on my hands.
Oh,
That's not
I
that's
mean,
not good.
No.
that's not creepy at all.
No, that so
should we incarcerate you? What?
no.
What?
No.
It's just
No,
an
no.
image. He's trying to break him down.
Yeah,
mentally.
yeah.
It doesn't. It's just
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Mind
I'm
games.
not gonna
Go
do
on.
it. Yeah,
I just
Carry
was
on.
thinking
Mind
about
games.
it. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it. But the night that because I was obviously very adamant at the night at the ball with everything going on. I wasn't here.
Right.
I was still in the Elven Kingdom. And even talking about getting you to the bunker, I was still a little bit upset. That's why. I didn't like us all separating, and I also didn't like the fact of not being somewhere where I felt like I should have been to help. Is the ultimate reason why I stayed there for so long is because I wanted to help more than I wanted to flee. I know that we got you back safe, and that was the biggest relief on my part.
Yeah.
But the other thing that stressed me out the most was trying to help.
If it
Because him showing me that makes it feel like I can't do it. Like I can't help the people I care about. And I wanted to try and prove that wrong.
if it makes you feel any better, until I take my dying breath, I will do everything within my power to be at Rayne's side. And I
Mm.
have just as much training as you and Atlas do at this point. She will always have a personal night.
As is I. I think it's a responsibility of all of us.
Mm.
All of us make sure that we protect the ones that we hold dear to us the most. And we've been here since day one. Well, Atlas, not so much Atlas, but he still is here. Most of us have been here since day one when you took the throne. And
Yeah.
the fact that we're still here, we're still counting on you. All right.
Yeah. And I.
Despite everything that we've all gone through, all the trust issues that you initially had, and the conversations that you had with me saying that you don't really trust what I've been doing, that's fine. It's going to happen. All this is going to happen. But at the end of the day, we all got each other.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
not-
So it's a good, yeah.
I hate to
Go
be
on.
the elephant in the room, but we have
I was about to say, yeah,
we
the,
have a
the
thing we've
funeral's
got to
about
get
to
ready
start,
for.
and I still need to change.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same here.
All right.